Have you ever heard the legend of the Shoals Arkansas Goober Gobbler? No? Well, pull up a chair. This story takes place on a chilly autumn evening in Bull Shoals, a small town famous for its amazing peanut crops. Every year, local farmers load up their trucks with freshly picked peanuts to sell at market. But this year was different. Something sinister was lurking in the shadows of the fields. A creature, a cryptid monster they called the Goober Gobbler, had been spotted. People said it stood at least 12 feet tall and had an endless, insatiable appetite for one thing: peanuts. The story really kicks off as the sun began to set. The first farmer of the season pulled his loaded truck into the local truck stop. He hopped out, went inside for a quick coffee and a restroom break, leaving his rig unattended for just a few minutes. He had no idea he was about to become the gobbler's first victim of the season. Suddenly, a massive crash echoed from outside. The driver sprinted out to see what was going on, only to find his truck completely trashed. The Goober Gobbler had stormed out of the woods, smashed the truck's windows to pieces, and devoured every single peanut inside. The driver just stood there, trembling in fear, as the massive beast disappeared back into the darkness. Word of the attack spread through town like wildfire. The truck stop, once a busy hub, became a ghost town. No one dared to stop there anymore, terrified of becoming the monster's next meal. The farmers were stuck. They had no safe way to store their peanuts until they could get them to market. Days turned into weeks, and the peanut harvest started to rot right there in the fields. The farmers were losing thousands of dollars. Their entire livelihood was being threatened by this mysterious monster. They went to the town council, begging for help, but nobody had any answers. No one knew what to do. Then one brave soul stepped forward. A local hunter, famous for his incredible skill with a bow and arrow, volunteered to take on the Goober Gobbler himself. Armed with just his trusty bow and a bag of peanuts for bait, he ventured deep into the woods, completely determined to end the creature's reign of terror. He tracked the gobbler for hours, following a grim trail of empty peanut shells and broken truck parts. Finally, he found it. In a small clearing, the monster was hiding, stuffing its giant maw full of stolen peanuts. The hunter drew his bow, took careful aim, and let an arrow fly. It struck the monster right in its gullet. The arrow stuck fast, and the Goober Gobbler let out a horrifying, blood-curdling scream as it stumbled backward. The hunter charged forward, pulling his knife, ready for the fight of his life, but this thing wasn't going down easy. It lunged at him, its massive claws extended, but the hunter was fast. He dodged the attack and plunged his knife deep into the creature's side. With one last deafening roar, the Goober Gobbler collapsed to the ground dead. When the news reached town, Bull Shoals erupted in cheers. Their nightmare was finally over. The hunter was hailed as a local hero, and the peanut farmers could at last harvest their crops and get them to market without fear. From that day on, the people of Bull Shoals, Arkansas, knew that even the most terrifying monsters could be defeated. And you can bet they always kept a very, very close eye on their peanuts, just in case another Goober Gobbler ever decided to show up. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more strange tales.